Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you for joining me. If you are not new, thank you so much for coming back. Today we are talking about, in case you couldn't tell by my outfit, Run Disney. I wanted to chat about this because Run Disney was something that I did not have on my radar. I thought never in a million years would I ever be a participant in a Run Disney event. I am not a runner. I have never been a runner. I just don't enjoy running per se. That's just not my thing. But I did kind of feel a little curious about Run Disney because I had heard so many people in the parks talking about Run Disney, heard so many people amongst like friends that have done Run Disney, and I was really curious about it. So in 2019, they were doing the Disney Princess Run, and an account on Instagram called BRB Going to Disney, she announced that she had a kind of a giveaway for two friends of hers on Instagram to join her on the run for free. So I entered to try to win, to get in and try it, because I thought, this was the perfect time to try it. I really didn't have much to lose. So I entered, and unfortunately I did not win, but she did something really cool, which was allow everybody that had reached out to her about entering, and she said that you guys can still run with me. We will just be in a group of runners, and she was able to help us get signed up really late. We were only I think 2 months out at that point, and we signed up for the Princess 10K, which it ended up being the Mulan race, which Mulan is one of my absolute favorite princesses. So right off the bat, all of these things were lining up and everything was working out. So I couldn't do this alone. I actually convinced my mom and my sister to join me, which again, they're the same boat as me. They are not runners. They never thought about being runners, and we just kind of ended up in this situation because I always get us into weird Disney situations. But I will say that I'm glad we did it. Run Disney was one of the most exciting experiences. I go to Disney a lot, so for me to have a unique experience at the parks, it really is meaningful, and I really do enjoy having new experiences. So I'm so glad that I signed up. I'm so glad that I did it. From a training standpoint, I do wish that I'd actually trained for the run, but again, we signed up very last minute. We signed up, I think we had 2-ish months before race day, so we really didn't have much time to train. And a 10K is, I think, 6.3 miles. I think it says it on here. Not sure. I believe it's 6.3 miles. So I thought it'd be cool to just tell you guys about my experience and to talk about kind of running a Disney race as somebody that is not a runner and as somebody that was definitely undertrained. My mom and my sister and I, like I said, we all ran it, and we went on a few practice runs. We never did an actual 10K as practice. We just went around our neighborhood and did some jogging. But before I get into all of that, I want to give you the basic information about the Princess Run. So there's a 5K, a 10K, and then a half marathon. And we went for the 10K. If I had the opportunity to do Run Disney again, I would definitely do the 5K, because obviously the difference between the 5K and the 10K is 5K is half the distance, so that already makes it a lot easier. The other difference between the 5K and the 10K is that the 5K is not timed, meaning that you do not have to keep on pace for each mile. On the contrary, the 10K is timed, and I believe it is a 16-minute mile that you must maintain for all of your miles. If not, you will get caught by the infamous balloon ladies. Thank goodness we came nowhere near these balloon ladies on our entire run, which I'm so proud of me and my sister and my mom. We nailed it. We did not get caught by the balloon ladies. We did not even see the balloon ladies. And if you are watching this and you're thinking, what the heck is a balloon lady? A balloon lady is a pace keeper. Basically, there are, I don't know how many balloon ladies, maybe a group of them, but they run behind the entire pack. So basically, they are the last people to start in the entire race, which there are a lot of corrals of people that go through the race. So they're the very last people that go, and they jog, walk, maintain an exactly 16-minute mile for every mile that they go through. So as long as you start before the balloon ladies and you keep a pace of faster than a 16-minute mile, you will not catch up to them. If they catch up to you, then unfortunately you will be removed from the race. They will take you away in a golf cart, and you still get your medal and you still get your little kind of care package afterwards, but you do not get to continue and you do not get to cross that finish line. it happens. I know tons of people that have trained and they end up getting caught up by the balloon ladies. I know people that just have a bad run and they get caught up by the balloon ladies. There's no shame in that game. That happens, and if it does happen, I encourage you to maybe try doing a 5K or maybe try a different training method for your 10K. Like I said, I am not a runner, and I fully went into this anticipating that there was a good chance of me just kind of giving up in a way and ending up going home or going out on a golf cart with a balloon lady, and that is totally fine. I don't think that they do it to make you feel bad. They just have to keep the pace of the race. There's so many people running, and you do get to run through the parks, so they have to make sure that everybody cycles through the actual race before the parks have to open. So that is the reasoning behind that. For the 5K, you are not timed because it is half the amount of race, so they can let everybody take their time and they'll still be able to cycle you through the entire park before park opening. So with all that information done, all of that said, I would like to kind of walk you through our experience and why I enjoyed it and why I hope to maybe next year do another race. There's a lot of different races. There's Princess, there's Star Wars, there's just the general, I think, Disney Marathon. Again, I'm not a super Run Disney person. I've only done one race, so my information is basically just limited to my one experience, which I had a really positive experience, so that is why I am confident and why I'm comfortable sharing it with you guys. So basically what happened was we signed up, and the day before the race, you're able to go to the Run Showcase, I believe that's what it's called, a big warehouse at the Wide World of Sports, and you get to pick up your running shirt. So this was the shirt for the year that I did the 10K. I really like it. It's really soft. I believe it is a Champion. Yeah, it is a Champion dry fit shirt. It is really comfortable, and I think it's really nice that you get a shirt with the run. I know a lot of people wore their shirts during the race, so you will see a lot of people wearing the shirts during the race. But one of the super fun things about Run Disney is that it is an excuse to dress up. So people will wear costumes. I know for the Princess race, I saw tons of people wearing little running skirts or wearing wigs, having full-on costumes. Now, we decided to go with something a little more tame because, again, we are not runners, so we didn't want to be wearing a costume or give ourselves any other obstacle. So basically, we got our shirts, we went to the running expo, we were able to walk around, meet some people, see all the different things that they were selling, all kinds of stuff. Then they had all of the merch for the event, which is really exciting. We decided not to pick any up just because we are locals and we do often scout out the outlets, and I know that there is always tons of merch at the outlets after the different races, so we decided to skip on that stuff, but they'll have like spirit jerseys and hats. Then we checked into our hotel. We stayed at the Coronado Springs. It was a really great experience. A lot of people at the hotel were participating in the race, so this is kind of where I started to really enjoy myself, was all of the camaraderie surrounding the race. So pretty much everybody that we ran into, it felt like, were getting ready to do the races, and we would talk to them, and it was just really exciting to hear their stories and hear how they've been doing it for years, or that they had traditions of going every year with their family. So that is kind of where all of it came together for me. I just enjoyed the camaraderie of, meeting people and saying, see you at the race, or afterwards you see people wearing their medals around the parks and you will congratulate them. It's just a lot of camaraderie. So we stayed in our room, and bright and early, I believe we woke up at 2 in the morning. This is where time gets a little fuzzy, but I believe we got up around 2 a.m. and we decided to stay at a Disney resort because they offer transportation to the start line, and it was just going to be way easier to just hop on a bus at our resort and then not have to think about anything. And then after the race, they pick you up, because after the race, believe me, you are not thinking, you do not want to worry about where you parked. You just want to get on the bus, go to your resort, and take a shower, do whatever it is that you want to do. So we did wake up bright and early. We got on our bus and we were dropped off at the starting line. Well, not quite at the starting line, but at where all of the little booths are, and then we were able to line up and get in our corrals. We were in Corral E. They had corrals, I believe, A through E. There could have been more, again, blur, but still. We got in our corral and we were really excited, and we were off. We did our race. I have a few clips from that day, and if I can find them, I will insert them right here.
Good morning, everybody. It's race day. We are ready. We're getting ready. My sister's getting her shoes on. I am dressed. I'm Rapunzel.
yeah, that was a little bit of us getting ready that day. That was us kind of in the actual race. It was very surreal. There were definitely points where we wanted to quit. There were times where we were tired. We were thirsty. We were just kind of, I joked around and said that after like the first 3 miles, we just kind of went numb because again, we had not conditioned for this and we are not runners. I know that my runner friends are probably laughing at me right now, like, you know, 3 miles, not a big deal. But for us, again, not runners, we were tired. The one thing that saved us, in my opinion, was we had these little fanny packs that we found at the dollar store. So they're about this thick and then they have a clip and you just wear them, and then we were able to wear them under our shirts, and we put inside of those, we had some peanut M&Ms, we had some tissues and some extra hair ties. So we didn't pack them full of a lot of stuff. But I had done a little bit of research and I read that sometimes if you have a little bit of chocolate help you. So we definitely weren't running and like eating handfuls of M&Ms, but here and there we would just eat 1 or 2 and it would kind of just keep us going until we were able to get to a water spot and get some water. But yeah, so we totally had peanut M&Ms in our little packs and it was pretty funny. Another thing that really helped us during our race was our Apple Watches. We had our Apple Watches to help pace us. We were able to see how fast we were going. We were able to see how far we had gone. They do have a mile marker at every single mile, and it does have the time, so it tells you since the race started, you know, what time it is. But that doesn't really help you because if you are in Corral E, and obviously they started with Corral A, the timer is not going to be accurate. So it was kind of confusing. So I really appreciated having my Apple Watch and knowing how long we've been running and what our pace was. That was really, really helpful. So I suggest if you are going to do the race and you are a bit of a new person and you don't really know your time and how long it takes you to run, I would get one of those. Get any kind of watch that can just kind of pace you. You can use your phone if you feel like it. I don't remember if we had our phones. Possibly we had our phones in our fanny packs, but we tried to pack very light. And we did it. We crossed the finish line together. My mom kind of ran ahead of us for the majority of the race because we did stop a few times to see characters. So she just decided to keep going. So for the majority of the run, it was my sister and I, and then my mom was ahead of us. And then we caught up right before the finish line and we were able to cross the finish line together and get our medals together. And let me tell you, when we crossed that finish line, we were exhausted. We were done. They handed us these little cool wash towel thingies, cool neck towels that you put on your neck right after. And we got some water, and then we got our little packs and our Gatorade. We had, I think the pack had like bananas and some chips and maybe like a granola bar. And we didn't really waste much time. Right after the race, we hopped straight on the bus, went back to our resort, and then I think we got ready and we went and hung out in the hot tub for a little bit. We decided not to go to the park after. We were just kind of beat, honestly. We were tired and we'd woken up really early. So we went to the hot tub and we hung out in there. We saw, of course, the people that had run the race as well. And then we just kind of took a nap, and then yeah, we just kind of hung out for the rest of the day, and it was a really fun experience. I really hope to do it again. I would love to do the 5K. Like I said, the 10K was really fun, but it was kind of intense for me, and I don't know that I will ever be able to commit to actually training properly for a 10K. So I think definitely the 5K would be in our future, and I hope to be able to do the Princess 5K one day. That is pretty much it. I really enjoyed my experience, and I would love to hear about your experiences. If you've ever done a Run Disney race, if you are interested in doing a Run Disney race, maybe if you have a question that I could answer from a newbie kind of person. Again, I'm not a runner. I don't really have that much knowledge that I could actually help you guys with, but I do have a lot of information on running when you're not a runner. So if you have questions about just doing it for fun or anything like that, please let me know. I would love to hear about them, and I would love to hear about your experiences, what races you've done, what races you hope to do. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!